A little bit of an update. Well, I think some of you may have seen on social media, on Instagram, I crashed pretty badly on the bike on Tuesday. Um, and I received a lot of messages, and I can't thank you guys enough, but it's a bit hard to type at the moment, so I figured that I would do it over a quick video. I'm just going to touch on how I'm feeling now and what happened, because I unfortunately vividly remember every single detail of the crash. So I'll walk you guys through what happened in the second part of the video. But first, I'm grateful to all the messages that you guys sent me. It really touched me. A lot of emotions, but I don't want that to define my 2024 season. I want to come back, and I'll do everything I can to come back stronger. I have an amazing wife, an amazing son who are here to support me, help me through this. And I have an amazing coach who, the moment I let him know that I crashed, reached out to my wife and offered all the help he could offer from afar. Thank you, Ben, for that. I have amazing friends I reached out to, and he immediately offered their help and support. So I have an amazing group of people. And of course, I reached out to some folks like Zoot and Mark that I feel like they are family to me. So I needed to let them know, because I kind of feel like I'm letting them down with this accident. So long story short, to cut it short, I don't want that to define my 2024 season. I am going to do everything I can to come back stronger when, but I'm going to give it time to heal properly. So talk about the accident. The outcome is I have a broken collarbone. I have a shattered scapula. And I have 2 broken ribs. I bruised my lung. There's nothing to the head. There's nothing else. I have some contusions around the hip and the knee. But I have never been in so much pain. It's the first time ever that I'm breaking a bone. And I broke 3, 4. What happened? So I'm going to try to not be too emotional about it, and hopefully I don't whimper or cry or anything. But unfortunately, I remember. I vividly remember all the details. It started raining when I was riding along PCH, and it started raining really hard, so I decided to make my way east, inland. For those who know the area, I made a left turn on La Costa, and I approached La Costa and El Camino Real. The lights turned green. There were some cars that were stopped on El Camino. There was a lot of lights, and the rain was raining really hard. And there's green paint on the bike lane, so I was kind of blinded. I looked up, and I kept a straight line. And before I knew it, I just saw the corner of the curb. I could swear that I was riding on the bike lane. I don't know how that happened, but I was riding straight into the curb, into the corner of the curb. I hit the curb, um, immediately flipped over the handlebars, and a fraction of a second after, maybe a second after, I just felt a tremendous impact and a tremendous pain in my back. And I was stopped immediately. I landed on the bike lane and realized I was on the bike lane, so I crawled my way to the sidewalk. And um, ironically, a week ago, as I was getting home, I was riding up a hill and I saw a woman passing out literally right by me. So I stopped, and the first thing that I noticed is not a single car stopped. And so I was like, damn, what if that happened to me and no car would stop? And turned out that lady, I called 911, stayed with her, and 911 took her to the hospital. But when I made my way to the sidewalk, I thought about that, and so I started screaming, yelling as hard, as loud. Sorry. As loud as I could, asking for help, just hoping that someone would stop and help me. And one car stopped, happened to be an EMT, and then a second car stopped, a lady, and I just wish I got their contact because I really want to thank them. And then the moment they arrived and I knew that they were going to call 911 and call my wife, I get the pressure went off. It just felt pathetic to scream that way, but I guess survival instinct. And the pain really started to kick in. And yeah, after that, the paramedics came, asked me a bunch of questions, started to give me meds. I just couldn't handle the pain. It was just too much. Gave me meds. They took me to Scripps Encinitas, emergency room of Scripps Encinitas, 10 minutes away, and we did a bunch of CT scan to make sure that my head and my lungs were okay. Then we found out the damage. I can walk fine. I'm okay with that. And then they told me that I needed to be transferred to trauma because of the severity of my injuries. And so Marissa met me at the ER. With Atlas. I didn't want him to see me that way. But he was smiling, he was giggling, so that really got me through it. And I just felt ashamed for him to see him that way. After, I'd say, at around 11, they transferred me to Scripps La Jolla trauma, and frankly, I was amazed at how well the great care that I received throughout the whole ordeal. They did everything to put me at ease and to make me feel comfortable. And we did another round of CT scan and X-rays. There were some concerns about with the severity of the impact and how I described the impact to them. They were concerned about some of the major arteries that could have been issues with. So they did another round of CT scans. Thankfully, nothing more serious. I got rounds of morphine and some other painkillers throughout the day and throughout the night. And then I slept pretty okay actually during the night. And the next day, the surgeon came. It seems like my collarbone had a clean break. It wasn't displaced or misaligned, so we're gonna get a CT scan. Oh, sorry, an X-ray in 2 weeks from now to see how it's healing, and then if it's not a line anymore, then we'll get a surgery. Probably we'll operate on. But yeah, like I said, I vividly, unfortunately, I can see every detail of the accident. So mentally, it's difficult because I'm reliving it a lot throughout the day, and I am just. I think I got really lucky. Um, yeah, I think realizing that I landed straight into the traffic light pole um, with my shoulder. I think if I hit it head on, that would have been a different story. So um, I've got nightmare scenarios. So I think that's going to be one thing to work on. But through it all, you know, I'm hoping that and I will work hard to get back on my feet and hopefully get back to racing soon. But I can't thank you anyone who reached out to me enough. It really warmed my heart. I didn't expect to get that many comments and feedback and side messages. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the story. I wish I had a better story, but it is, unfortunately, it is what it is. And we'll come back stronger from this. Fingers crossed. Thanks, guys.